Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Ep32 as Japan. In previous episode we got Korea as a dominion, we started getting Dynam as a dominion, but now we're kind of stuck in a war. We got a pretty good amount of fleets over here though, so that's clearing out some of the raiding that the enemies are doing. But the idea is to force at least Qing out of the war as soon as possible. The more we take their lands over here, the north especially, the faster they're going to surrender. Oh, now they're bringing in a lot of troops again. Alright, against the odds. Petite bourgeoisie is not particularly loyal. I would lose a lot of bureaucracy if we do that. Or potentially could lose a lot of bureaucracy, but clergy is no longer... or they're marginalized, they're the only marginalized group in fact. But we could probably reduce some of the... oh, there we go, property women. So landowners are now very unhappy by the looks of it. Might be even radicalized, but okay. So we got that one done. The poor laws for welfare, the children's rights, we haven't gotten anyone supporting that. Well, I mean trade unions, but I don't think we'll be bringing trade unions into power. Professional army, there's the mass conscription, but does that... oh, the morale loss is going to be higher, so professional army is what we'll hold on to. The colonial stuff we don't need to change. The public schools, we could go for the private schools, potentially. And the wealth base, I mean the education access... might actually, I don't know if it would increase. At the same time, the assimilation would reduce, so maybe we should not touch that one. There's still the protected speech that we could maybe try to do, but I'm not going to do that during the wartime because, well, let's just say that the armed forces would not enjoy that. Right, so we're taking a pretty decent amount of land there. We've also gotten a little bit into Hebei, so that's good. So, Jing, how close are you to surrender? Well, not even close yet. They're not... actually, no, they're losing the war support slightly faster than I am right now. But can I go below... no, they haven't taken Champasak yet, so that's good. So as long as they don't take anything in Laos, we should be able to hold them back. And that's got to be another defensive victory against the Chinese there. Chemical warfare unlocked. Haha. Let's go for the... we would go for the battleships. Or military aviation, that might be a pretty good one as well. Or flamethrowers, or aircraft carriers. There's a lot of good options in here. I think we're going to go for the battleships, though, to upgrade our fleet even further. Right, so we've got a bit of raiding going on there. That's not great. We've got a lot... oh, right, we cleared out these two fronts now, so that's good. That's going to free up a bit of troops there. We've got some troops now trying to attack, maybe, but I don't think that attack is going to go all that well. So do we still have the... I don't think we do. Right, I'm guessing we should have at least one... yeah, Tokugawa over there is back at home. So you're escorting into China, you... oh, we lost an admiral again. Bollocks. Alright, well, let's get a new admiral then. Get the wrathful one. So, with 22 ships, I want you to do a naval invasion into Tonkin with Tokugawa. And if we can take Dynam's capital, we can force them out of the war faster. And then if we can get both Qing and... oh, actually, how close are the East India Company? They can't go below 0 yet. I mean, currently the lowest one on the enemy side, at least in terms of war support. We need to do a landing in Tenasserim, but once we do that, we can force them out of the war as well. But I think Dynam is probably going to be the first one to be forced out of the war overall, because if and when we get a successful landing in Tonkin, that's already going to force them, well, not necessarily directly force them to surrender, but it's going to push them to that direction, definitely. We've got another combat against East India Company over here, and that is going to be another victory. So we can take more land from Beijing. Oil rush subsidies. No frontier lasts forever. Oh, and there we go. Good defensive battle. So we are still holding on to Laos at least, that's for sure. And we've got another combat over here, which... oh, I think that might actually be a successful one. They're taking a lot of casualties, that's for sure. Our offensive values are pretty decent there as well. So overall, the war is turning into our favor now. Little by little. Although our war support is still the lowest in the war right now. But it's getting better. That's got to be another victory as well. If we have a look at the casualties, just out of curiosity. So they've taken 1.3 million casualties already. I've taken about 0.3 million. So that's already quite a bit, but, you know, they're taking a lot more than I am. The construction is neglected right now because I just want to get this war done faster. I'm not going to focus on the construction of things. We've got a good enough economy anyway, and it's going to be building things over time as well. Oh, is this... Ooh, that's potentially going to be a victory there. And we got our... Oh, yeah, we got the landing in Tonkin. Now, do we have troops over here that we could maybe send in to help in the defense there? Yeah, I'm going to send you to defend that front. And the more we can capture... Oh, now they got some troops in there. We'll see how it goes. Not very well by the looks of it. Oh. So Prussia and Austria have been fighting for the German leadership, but neither side took that. They went for a white troop, or white piece. Alright. Ottomans are still fairly strong, oddly enough. I mean, it's already 1930s. And the Welsh independence there is just a little bit hilarious. But I've seen it happen quite often, actually. Right, I think this war is something that I don't need to worry about. So I don't have too many of those diplomatic plays underway constantly. So, did we manage to hold on to the landing here? Well, so far, yes. Question is, of course, if they'll retake that after our lost combat there or not. Remains to be seen, but they should now be losing... Oh, yeah, there we go. Then losing a little bit more war support than I am. And now Dynam is the lowest one on the list there. Well, technically speaking, I'm still maybe slightly lower on this support. No, actually, they are 0.1 value low. Okay, there we go. It's going further and further. So they've still got most of Yunnan under their control. Most of Dynam's control, in fact. And our attacks just haven't been able to push through. It's a bit of a shame. We'll see how much we can do. I mean, we managed to get a little bit of Mekong there as well. How's the combat? Oh, that's going to be a failure. Oh, right, that's the combat still waiting there. Oh, okay. How about you stop attacking? Just defend the front there. As long as we can hold some part of that state, we'll be fine. Maybe. I mean, that's 800 battalions in here trying to attack us. At the same time, I suppose that reduces the amount of battalions elsewhere. And that's still 150 there. What about to the north? Oh, apparently we got a naval invasion marker there, but that's not what's happening. But that is happening there. Do we still have armies available in... Not in there. We've got some battalions in Manchuria, but probably not sufficient. We've been using a lot of troops in there to try to push the enemies back. And then over here we got the Dynam front, which... Well, we've got several small armies there. So I think we're going to hold on to that one. Dynam is now 30 points. War support, and they can go below 0 at this stage. And East India Company is also dropping closer to 0. Russia sides with Luxembourg, alright. And then Luxembourg backs down. Alright. Well, as you were. I'm guessing our attack over here is going to be... Oh, analytical philosophy. Right, so we can go for the universities and change the production method again. So that's a lot more paper. A lot more qualifications and innovations. And it's got 40 innovations or something like that. Of course, we are still capped, so it's not going to increase the speed there too much. But the qualifications increasing does help a long way there. So it's not all bad. But the question is, are we actually going to be able to punch through this or not? We've still got a lot of troops there. I'm hoping... Oh, wait a minute. Is that all just... That's just East India Company's troops there. So we should have a free fleet over here. How about we start raiding some convoys there? Oh, but is there... No supply network. Okay, let's just kind of raid there. One way or another, we'll clear those out. Oh, well, this one is going to be a victory. So we'll have a little bit more land from Jing. And Jing is also someone that will start surrendering, or will be able to go below 0 already. So East India Company is probably going to be the last man standing in this war. Well, from the enemy side, that is. Thus far, we've managed to take a decent bit of land in the north. The southern front, I mean, especially the landing over here, is holding their ground. They dug in quite well, and that's 900 battalions from the enemy trying to break that. Which, to be fair, makes sense. It's the war goal, so they'll try to... or main war goal. So they'll try to focus that one down. Not very successfully, I might say. And in the meanwhile, in the north, we're just taking more and more land. As soon as we can get into... Well, we're already taking part of Hebei. Beijing is pretty much completely... It is completely occupied by now. Manan and Uruguay is something that we're not focusing on, but that's fine. But Shandong is another one that we do want to take from Jing, so if we could take that one out, that'd be nice. Both of these are losing a lot of war support. We can't go below 0 quite yet. Although I suppose as soon as Dynam gives up, there's not going to be any war goals targeting us directly, so we will be able to drop below 0. But by that point, hopefully Jing is already out of the war, and then we'll just have to do a landing over there. So we're still holding the front line over here in Tonkin, so that's good. And in the north, we got a... Actually, no, we don't have a combat right now. They've lost a lot of the morale, though. Probably in combats. Well, a little bit in the supply values as well. So that does help us a long way. Even when it's just, you know, 1 versus 2 in the combat. Well, 4 versus 8, technically speaking. But the total manpower in there is actually fairly equal. But we're still winning it. Taking a bit more land. Which is always nice. And Dynam is now at -14 war support. So they will probably start surrendering soon. Prussia started diplomatic play against us. Alright, I don't think I can sway anyone in. No. I just want Dynam, quite frankly. But they wouldn't take that. We got a little bit troops in here. We do have someone protecting our coastline at least, so that's good. If they try to do a landing in Japan, they won't succeed in that. I suppose what we could do is maybe take away one of these armies. Where are you from? Like, for example, is this one from... No, this is Indochina. Okay, not that one. What about you? You are from Kanto, so yeah, that would be a Japanese one. So I'm just going to send this one back to home to make sure that we got someone there defending. And then for this war goal, I'm just going to go war reparations. I don't need to really anything from them. Oh, how about you just clear out that one? Still got one army attacking there. If need be, we could move this army away. I'm still seeing some enemy convoys as well. So how close is Jing to surrendering? They're -5 right now. With this current speed, it would take still 38 weeks. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. Dynam is a little bit closer. But it's still going to be a long way. And of course, East India Company can't go below that number that they're right now. Luckily, our defense over there is still holding. Keeping 40 battalions there is probably fine. We might have to just put these on the defensive. Oh, you're still fighting somewhere. Is that... Oh, against 131 battalions there. Okay, never mind. That's not going to succeed. But at least in the north we're still doing fine. And the sooner we get through there, the better. Looks like our naval supremacy is still holding on for now. Speaking of which, we're 11 months away from getting the battleships. And GDP is increasing quite nicely. Another combat over here, that's another victory. We have entered into Shandong already. So that means that Jing is supposedly losing a bit, well... Yeah, they're losing a little bit more. War support there. Oh, is that split to 2 fronts now? It is. Oh, one of them is completely empty and the other one's got 115 East India Company troops. Which probably don't have a lot of... Oh yeah, they don't have a lot of supplies. They got another army approaching in about 27 days. But during that time we'll be conquering a lot of land from the inland China. And now they got no one in there, so that's going to be an easy victory. And in the south, how they started moving troops away, they still got 700 battalions on the Tonkin front. And on the main front against Dynam, well, at least main front against Jing, they got 135. And against Dynam, they got... Or in Dynam, they got 161 battalions. So that's a lot of troops in there. Looks like Italy is having yet another revolution, as per usual. So they are confident right now, but for how long? Oh right, they got no one on that front. Did that split? Oh yeah, we got another army now clearing out of the peninsula there. Dynam is now at -40 war support. They're still losing it slowly more, and ooh, Jing is now losing 3.3 per week. So that has sped up things a little bit. So by the time that the war against Prussia starts, we'll probably have... we don't have that much time until Jing or Dynam will surrender. Then we'll just need to do a landing in Tenasserim and we can force East India Company out of the war as well. We'll need to keep at least some troops defending Japan at least. So that we can delay the enemy if nothing else. That's going to be cleared out very shortly. We've got a bit of a combat over here against Jing troops. We are actually going to lose that combat by the looks of it. But now we've got on that entire peninsula done. Dynam is now... Ooh, they would actually take the peace for Dynam as a On the other hand, I wouldn't mind taking more land here. So we'll probably hold on for now. But they will probably surrender as well. Till about 21 weeks away before they surrender with this current speed. Now, of course, doesn't mean that it's gonna last, but, you know, we'll see. So are they actually attacking? Oh, no, we're still attacking there. Right, I'm just gonna put you on the defensive. Let them start attacking us so we can maybe take some land in the counterattacks. And the war against Prussia has broken out. Losing a bit of convoys and all that. We don't have a lot of troops in here, but I suppose we got a little bit extra battalions in the reserves here. So that'll hopefully help. But this is probably going to be a forever war against Prussia. Like, as soon as it's possible, oh, language in classrooms. I will take the extra assimilation right now. The more Japanese we have, the better. Okay, we lost a tiny bit of land there. But the war against Qing is... they would almost take the truce to give up Dynam. Dynam is probably going to be surrendering in due time as well. So once we get these two out of the war, we'll just need to do the landing in Tenasserim, and then we can force them out of the war as well. We'll need to make sure that we got some troops defending, of course. I suppose one thing that we could do... I don't want to zoom too far in because like it just starts lagging the game. There's so much going on in there. But let's go ahead and get ourselves another few regiments. Do we have... Oh, this one's got a lot of room as well. Start increasing the sort of garrison armies in Japan itself. This will be done fairly quickly, and we'll have a bit more troops that we can then mobilize. Plus, getting another set of fleets might not be a bad idea either. Or flotillas, getting those a little bit more. At least a few of them. The defensive battles in Tonkin are doing fine. They're not really attacking in too many areas, are they? So at this stage, what we could do is probably just switch to defensive with these armies. After that combat, I mean that... Oh, that is a defensive combat as well. So we can just hold them back. Any sign of naval invasions here? Not yet, but they are probably going to try to do one. Which is why we're trying to get some more stuff in there as soon as possible. And of course we do have a fleet defending our coastline at least, so that will hopefully give us the edge that we need. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the game right now, so it's not... Oh, it's rather taking a lot of resources on the computer. So I do apologize the lower quality right now. Just had to sort of take drastic measures on making sure that we can actually play through this. There we go, so that's a bit more industries built up. We've got 20 battalions on the army over here at least. That is going to be defending against the enemy invasions, which no doubt are going to happen eventually. Question is, of course, how long it's going to take for them. But Dynam is now minus 80 war support. Jing is... okay, so Jing is actually going to surrender first, most likely, because they're losing the war support about 0.8 more per week than Dynam. And then after that, well, once Jing is done for, and Dynam is done for, then we can do the landing, and we can get East India Company out of... Oh, and we got a fight in here. Okay, good. We got pretty darn good defenses in here, and they attack... Oh, they don't have enough naval support. Aha. Oh, we got a naval combat over here, which is not going all that well for us. But yeah, I think the naval invasion that they're doing over here... Oh, they got tanks already. Not that I should be surprised by that, quite frankly. Elite artillery, chemical weapons specialist, mechanized infantry, aerial reconnaissance. There we go. Dynam is now a subject. Oh, so, okay. Where do we have the bad... Alright, we got a lot of troops there. Wait, do we not? Oh, no, we do have stuff in there. We've got at least one moving back into Japan as well. So this is going to be a victory. All discovered in Albania, good. Oh, did we? Oh, right. Have we moved more troops somewhere else? There's one moving back to Indonesia. In Indochina, we got one army. And then I'm guessing we got... Well, no, actually, not that many armies moving there. One over there. Oh, we got 3 armies in here now. You know, Jing is gonna... Oh, right. Jing has surrendered. Good. So that frees up a lot of the troops. And, oh, we got an extra army in... Oh, hold on a minute. before we do that, let's just double check that we've got everything in the correct stuff in here. I believe we'd be using motorized recon by now and machine gunners for the extra defense. Mostly because we're fighting largely against enemies that have a lot more troops than we do. So that's been kind of the way to keep that under check. So we've got some troops over there. Do we still have some? No. We've got a lot of troops now in southern China. Do we actually have a... We should have a fleet, right? So that's patrolling Japan. That's patrolling Japan. That's escorting convoys into Indochina. I guess we can take the Koso Tokugawa. Oh. You lost a naval battle recently, okay. Well, maybe we'll do an invasion with you then. And who is not in a combat? I suppose Tokugawa can do that again. I don't know if it's going to succeed, but we'll give it a try. I mean, if nothing else, we could just go for... Oh. It would take the white piece. I don't know if it'd take anything else. I mean, I would rather want to take the Malaya. Tenasserim is not important, quite frankly. We've got at least one extra battalion moving down home. I think some of these... Is this one from Japan? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm just going to send you back to Japan itself. And then this one is from Manchuria. Southern China. And southern... Oh, hold on a minute. This one's probably from... Okay, so this is from Japan as well. Send that back home. So we'll have a lot of troops heading back home, and if they try to do another landing, it's gonna fail miserably, most likely. But now we're losing some of our war support, whereas the Indo-Chinese are, or the East India Company rather, are not. So there's a chance that they'll be able to force us into nothing. I mean, if need be, we can take the white piece. And the war against Prussia... Oh, is there another naval combat in here? There is. It seems like we're gonna be losing that one. We just don't have the fleet numbers in there, quite frankly, is the problem. But now we should be able to hold on the invasions that they're trying to do. So that's at least good. So if you have a look at the losses, actually. They've lost about 50,000. I've lost about 40,000, so the losses are fairly equal. So this war is going to take a while. I can tell you that much. Right, so let's have a double check of what we got in here. A lot of peasants, that's for sure. The standard of living has dropped quite a bit. But let's just... I'm just going to go through this real quick. It's going to take a few moments though, so I'll be back with you in a few moments. Alright, let's continue. Took a little while. So we lost another naval combat in here. So they are able to do the landings, but like, or try the landings, but they're not going to succeed, I can tell you that much. And Hussar landing over here, we are having a naval combat. Luckily we got the biggest fleet in there. So that will definitely clear out the landing zone in here. Capture hopefully that one. Then we'll control all the war goals. So that should be -2 per week or something like that for the war support. Whereas ours is, well, it's dropping. It's not dropping very quickly. And there we go. We are going to land in there. It's only 20 battalions though, so it's not massive. Suppose we would utilize this army from southern China once we got a landing zone in there. Are you actually good at defending? You are actually pretty good at defending, so we could put you as the sort of defending army there. To make sure that if we lose a combat, we don't lose too much. But it looks like the combat is going rather nicely there. Hold them back over there while we clear out this other area. It's going to take a while for them to bring in troops, so we'll start the combat already, which means that we'll win that. We'll push them to the north, and then we'll, you know, slowly but surely clear out more of them. But they are now losing... What, 5? Oh no, it's only 2.6 per week, but it's still a lot more than what we are losing. So they will eventually surrender. There's no landings. Oh, wait, no, there's another naval combat in here, which we are ooh, that's a good offensive, though. So we are probably dealing a good amount of damage on them, but probably not sufficient. But, you know, even if they try to do a landing, it's not going to succeed, I reckon. Now, they'll get the opportunity to try again, I suppose, but that's about it. This time we'll already have 120 battalions, actually more than that. Let's just say about 160 battalions defending. So even if they try to do the landing somewhere, it's probably not going to be quite as successful. I mean, the last landing that they tried didn't go all that well for them either. So let's see, Dynam is now part of... Oh, they're rebellious. Let's improve relations with them a little bit. Oh, we could actually take on the debt, but they would not accept that. Because they're rebellious and all that. I can't bankroll them either. Because, oh, right, too poor relations. Eventually, we're going to maybe start bankrolling them, Dominions a little bit. I guess we'll find out that later. We do have a bit of extra authority at least, so that's good. We've got a lot of bureaucracy as well. So now East India Company is losing the war support sufficiently. They got a lot of radicals by the looks of it. And we got another combat down here, which that's going to be a failure. I want to try back to... Okay, so there's some rebellions in New Zealand. But that's none of our business. But yeah, we got a decent bit of China over here again, so now the Gulf over here is pretty much entirely ours. Oh, is that's another naval combat? Well, I suppose once we're done... Well, actually, we are already done with the naval invasion. How about we bring you to patrol the coast of Japan? And we could put in someone else to do the... No, you're busy there. Escort convoys going into, like, Indochina or something like that. To make sure that the market access is maintained. Battleship unlocked. We're not going to do that, put those in yet. I suppose we could go for the... Oh, well, I suppose we'll get the flamethrower then. Since that is already underway at a pretty good speed. So, Prussia is not losing war support quite as quickly as we are. But their enthusiasm is dropping. They've still got a lot of gold reserves though, so it is helping them probably more than us that the war is dragging on. But as soon as we get rid of one of these wars, then we don't need to worry about it too much. And how we got on? We got a little bit extra flotillas, but probably not sufficient overall. I suppose we've got some flotillas down here in northern China, don't we? Let's just double check the naval bases real quick. So we've got 20 over here already, so these have been around for a while. You know what, I'm going to make these into the battleships already. And do we have any more naval bases? We don't. I'm going to get a few in here. Just going to double check. So it is still Dreadnought, so I want all of these to be battleships already. Another 5 over there in Beijing, so we'll have another 40 flotilla fleet in here that we can then utilize to, you know, maybe do some raiding or something, or make sure that the convoys between, like, the mainland Asia and or northern China and Manchuria and Japan are doing fine. All discovered in Gujarat, okay. Well, that's lucky. Unfortunately, it's not ours, but it's lucky for someone. But I do also realise that we are actually over time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, bye bye.